Chapter 4, Elasticity. In this first video, we're going to talk about what elasticity is, and then we're going to look at the elasticity of the demand line. Elasticity is a measurement of how one variable will respond to a change in a different variable. For supply and demand lines, we're going to look at the two variables of price and quantity. Price is the vertical axis on our supply and demand graph, and quantity is the horizontal axis. So elasticity is basically saying how responsive is the quantity demanded or quantity supplied to the change in price. If we decide to change the price of a product, let's say raise it 10%, we know that if we change the price of a product and make it go up, the demand or the quantity demanded is going to go down. Question is, how much does it go down? Do we lose exactly 10% of our quantity when we raise the price 10%? Or do we lose more than that or less than that? That's what elasticity determines. So the elasticity of demand is your percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price. So again, if we decide to change the price of a product 10%, that would be our denominator. And then we'd have to see or calculate how much quantity we lose due to an increase in price. So loosely speaking, it measures how price sensitive the buyers are. If there's a 10% change in the price of a product and a whole bunch of buyers stop buying that product, then that means they really cared about that 10% price increase and you just lost a whole bunch of customers. However, if you raise the price 10% and hardly any of your customers leave, then they were willing to pay that higher price. That's the price elasticity of the demand line. So here's an example. I have a generic downward sloping demand line here. You can see that the first dot on the demand line is at P1, Q1, and then we move to the left along the demand line to P2, Q2. So here, the percentage change in price, the price goes up 10%, and the quantity then drops 15%. So if we plug those into our equation, we get an elasticity of 1.5.